Welcome to another session of Art and Prayer. I am Pastor Rob McPherson at Davison United Methodist Church, and I'm glad to have you here to participate in a time of prayer. Today we will be looking at a painting by Vincent Van Gogh, or if you are in many other parts of the world, Van Gogh. Because of this difference in pronunciation, I'm going to call him Vincent throughout the rest of our reflection so that it doesn't become a distraction to you or me. In a letter to his brother Theo in July 1880, Vincent said, "Try to grasp the essence of the great artists, the serious masters, say in their masterpieces, and you will again find God in them. One man has written or said it in a book, another in a painting." Vincent has explained exactly the purpose of our times of Visio Divina, using art to inspire prayer. We are reading an artist's book, which they write with a paint and brush in full color and texture about the human experience of God. We spend time reading the art carefully, and in doing so, encounter God ourselves. And that encounter calls us to prayer. Admittedly, Vincent was a tortured soul. At times he was strong and filled with faith. At other times he called himself an atheist in the eyes of the church. But he believed in the mysterious, which he could not define. Quote, "Though it is very much alive and very real, who with irresistible force urges us toward love again, that is God." But his struggle with depression helps us to see God. Many have struggled with times of self-hate. Many have felt distressed or discarded. When Vincent puts his emotion into his art, it speaks to those moments in our lives where faith encounters despair. In another letter to his brother from 1882, Vincent writes, "What am I in the eyes of most people? A nonentity, an eccentric, or an unpleasant person. Somebody who has no position in society and will never have. In short, the lowest of the low." All right, then. Even if that were absolutely true, then I should one day like to show by my work what such an eccentric, such a nobody has in his heart. That is my ambition, based less on resentment than on love in spite of everything, based more on a feeling of serenity than on passion. Though I am often in the depths of misery, there is still calmness, pure harmony, and music inside me. I see paintings or drawings in the poorest cottages, in the dirtiest corners, and my mind is driven toward these things with an irresistible momentum. As I reflected on these things and thought about Vincent's sense of feeling worthless yet still wanting to express himself, it brought to my mind the humbling encounter between God and Job. And we will use these words to begin our time of prayer. This is from Job chapter 38, verse 1, and then verses 31 to 38. This is after Job has spoken his words, demanding God listen to him. Then God answers, "As you listen, don't listen so much to the ways the words show Job's smallness. Rather, consider the ways experiencing God in the moments when you already feel small. How God can bring calm. How humility can bring what Vincent called pure harmony. What words in this speak to you of faith in the face of feeling miserable about oneself? Then the Lord answered Job from the whirlwind. Can you bind Pleiades' chains? Or loosen the reins of Orion? Can you guide the stars at their proper times, lead the bear with her cubs? Do you know heaven's laws? Or can you impose its rule on earth? Can you issue an order to the clouds so their abundant water covers you? Can you send lightning so that it goes and then says to you, I'm here? Who put wisdom in remote places? Or gave understanding to a rooster? Who is wise enough to count the clouds? And who can tilt heaven's water containers so that dust becomes mud and clods of dirt adhere? This is just part of what God says in this. But as you listen to this part of it, were there words which spoke to you and brought calm? God asked Job to listen and then called him to see. What does God want you to listen to? What does God want you to see? Let us now look at Vincent's painting, The Starry Night. Vincent said, when I have a terrible need of, shall I say the word, religion, then I go out and paint the stars. Look over the painting. Let your eyes wander and take it in. Don't focus on any one thing yet, but explore each area. The sky, the hills, the small town, the cypress tree in the foreground. What in the painting captures a religious experience for you? What gives you a sense of the divine? Focus on those things that pull you toward God. Look beyond the image to the spiritual. Let us listen now to Job's response to God. As you listen, consider your feelings in having encountered in the painting the God who separated the day from night and made moon and the stars in the sky. What words from Job echo your experience? This is from the book of Job, chapter 42, verses 1 through 6. Job answered the Lord, I know you can do anything. No plan of yours can be opposed successfully. You said, who is this darkening counsel without knowledge? I have indeed spoken about things I didn't understand, wonders beyond my comprehension. You said, listen, and I will speak. I will question you, and you will inform me. My ears had heard about you, but now my eyes have seen you. Therefore I relent and find comfort on dust and ashes. Are there words that carry humility and pure harmony? Are there words that speak of faith in the midst of misery? Let us look once more at Vincent's swirling sky, his village with a church spire, the rolling forest and hills, the deep green cypress. Allow yourself to continue to listen to God as you look at the painting. What does God want you to listen to? What does God want you to understand? Take your time. Open your ears. Open your eyes. How do you feel about what you have heard and seen from God? Is there some response you need to give? Spend some time in prayer about this, sharing with God. Finish up your time of prayer. Don't hurry yourself. Take the time you need. If you need to stop the video, do that. As we close our time of prayer, let me share another quote from Vincent. I think that everything that is really good and beautiful, the inner, moral, spiritual, and sublime beauty in people and their works comes from God. And everything that is bad and evil in the works of humanity and in people is not from God, and God does not approve of it. But I cannot help thinking that the best way of knowing God is to love many things. Love this friend, this person, this thing, whatever you like, and you will be on the right road to understanding Him better. That is what I keep telling myself. but you must love with a sublime, genuine, profound sympathy, with devotion, with intelligence. And you must try all the time to understand him more, better, and yet more. That will lead to God. That will lead to an unshakable faith. May God bless you with unshakable faith and love for many things. Until next week, peace.